is you are lucky to be here. You are, okay? So what you're going to see, it's like whoever thought rose-colored glasses were a bad thing. Rose-colored glasses are magical. This is how you want to go through life. This all happens because they're willing, because they saw it, because they did this, and then they did that, and then they had kids, and then all of this. It's like, it's not a bad thing about this or that. It's about what they wanted. Like, this is a higher level, but they made it happen, and they experienced it, and it tells you they experience this on a regular. This is steady. This is here to stay. This is so like, just another lovely day. You know what I mean? This is life. You can get there. You're coming from a place, but you're going to here. Whatever you've been through. He may look like he's rowing the other way, but the boat isn't. The boat's going towards that way. So that's how you know that. Okay? And there's been a lot of intention and action. The thing is the reason why we're achieving this now, achieving progress, achieving a life like did we imagine this? Like, did we really think it was going to come true? No. Take ownership. Like, we manifested this. You manifested this. You did. You manifested this. Okay? The king was watching. This is you putting this all into action. They're putting it into action, but you put it into action in the past, before, because you knew, because you had faith. You maybe didn't even know. Maybe you just had enough faith, enough heart, enough instinct, and all the good things. Let's talk about enough heart, enough instinct. Some people think the fool's dumb. The fool is so great because he's not listening to other people. The sky is clear up here. He's listening to his own self. He's looking into the darkness and meeting his own self. Okay? He's got everything. He's got everything he needs right there. He knows that. That's what that means. It's so powerful because you know you have everything you need inside of you. That's why you have the capacity to jump off the cliff, even though you don't know, but you do know, or else you wouldn't have jumped. So this is a very deep card into manifestation, because if you don't have that belief, if you don't have the belief in yourself, in the powers that be, in the future, in everything, it's all connected. It's an emotional, it's a mind-body experience. We try to compartmentalize everything and say, well, this is the mind, this is the emotions, this is the physical realm. No, like, it's so connected because it's all energy. And that, again, it's the Tao and the yin and the yang. It's all here. It's the illusion. We're going through the everyday life. We think we got it all figured out. And then, whoa, what's this? This is actually reality. Not that it's nothingness, because it's obviously not, or it wouldn't create all of this greatness, because it's looking in the mirror. What is the mirror? Anyway, I can't think that hard right now, you guys. That's a little too deep for me even. So, do the inner child work and stay vigilant on this. This is just, I can't make this stuff up, okay? Do the inner child work. Go within, take care of your own emotions. Okay, yeah, this is about somebody else, but this is not like, okay, somebody's going to come back for you. This is you. You're in control of your cup, of your emotional state at all times. Okay, this is the vehicle that you use to get there. This is staying mindful, and the long term, doing it every day, revisiting. This is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why 7? Because you're doing it every day. This simply means you're doing this inner child work a little bit, just a little bit, maybe, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Start with 5 if you can. I don't give a crap. Pile it up, because even 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, there'll be 40 minutes by the end of the week that you didn't do the week before. It's all about a forward pedal. It's like you're trying to get up the mountain. Okay, here's the thing. Life sometimes, and like spiritual progress, you're trying to get up the mountain, right? And you got to pedal. But it really takes just like all you got just to do that one pedal, because you're going up so steep. You know what I mean? And that's just all you have to do. Just that one pedal every single day, just so you don't go backwards or have to stop, because you know that if you stop, then, it's going to take you forever to get up to the top. But if you keep on going with what little momentum you have, it's all about the momentum. Okay? It's all about the momentum. And it has to do with, like, this guy seems like not about momentum, but he's got some momentum, because he's just kind of going with the flow of and that is the momentum. It's just like a slow, chill vibration. That's the momentum. Momentum doesn't have to be manic. Dugong, because when you got the momentum, you are accepting the situation rather than trying to fight it. That's how you get your momentum going. If you're going downhill, you go faster. You use the momentum that you have to go up the hill, because nothing stays the same. We need to kind of live in, it's not, that something bad is going to come, because we don't think linearly anymore like we've been trained to. Life is not, from here to there, A to B, young to old, this and that. Like, it's a cycle thing, and we just keep on revisiting the lessons until we move to the next realm and the next level. And right now for September, people are really moving to the next level. Some people are really switching timelines, as they keep calling it. I'm learning. And, they're going to be all of a sudden just doing this, but on a whole nother level, a whole nother level. So you got to take the leap. And the leap is the action. The leap is starting at square one every day with your actions. Because if you're not to the action stage yet, then you're still just in the mental and then the emotional. You need to make it. You need to take it from the mental to the emotional to the actual. Okay, that's the progression on this plane. Because if we don't have it in our mind's eye first, believe, conceive, believe, achieve. Conceive is the mind. Got so many cards out. Conceive is the mind. This is having the idea. The very first manifestation was birthed. And you knew it was going to be successful enough, so you actually are going to make it happen. Okay? Gift from God, like karma, everything was going the right way. So bam. And then, see, all our emotions, so many different emotions, but like even from the beginning, we had our queen. Well, I guess we didn't have a queen. We have a queen of cups. We have lots of queens, okay? But then anyway, you get the picture. Like then we go to emotional, because the emotional is caused by the thoughts. It's just the way that it is. And you have to remember that when you're going to do your inner child work. Okay? The thoughts is what causes the emotions, because you can only think what you believe. And this is why, sometimes you don't even realize thoughts can get to you without having any crazy overt emotional attachment. This is why, I bless her heart, Sophia. I love her. She's rocked my world, completely changed my life. But I don't believe that every single second of inner child work needs to be painful. I don't believe that. Okay? Sometimes you're going to be healing little thoughts that happened just because that was the situation that you were in, or that was the accumulation of the thought that you happened to, the the impression of the situation that you got at that time for whatever reason. And we don't even need to understand that. We don't even need to know like why exactly we came to that conclusion. I mean, yeah, if it comes to you, great. But you can do this work by just acknowledging it and changing it, deciding something else. And it's like you never have to think that way again. Everything that you either consciously or subconsciously have been thinking from this erroneous, thought that you had as a kid or as a young adult or a few years ago, whatever. It's your inner child is you. You are your inner child. So don't put a, time frame on it, because obviously time is kind of just a made up construct anyway. So the peace comes from being as a child, knowing that we're all here. We're all in this, under this veil. We're all here. We're all here. Your ego is my ego. We're all under this collective. And then there's God, and then there's the way. And then there's the one true everything that this all came from to be like. To me, again, it's a mirror. It's like the nothingness wanted to experiencing itself. So bam, the big bang, everything's created by sound or voice, or it's saying, hey, I want to experience myself in a new way. It came from something. That's the way that I see it, but it's also the duality of it. From nothing, it's the Tao. The Tao is the way. So anyway, I feel like you have to know, like if you're here, and I think a lot of people walk around and they don't claim their power because they don't understand it. How can you jump off the cliff if you don't know who the fuck you are? If you don't know why you're here? If you don't know that you're good? Why would you let yourself tap into, why would the higher you let you tap into the great mysteries and the understandings of being able to manifest and being able to fly and being able to do all this stuff if we were going to use it for the wrong purposes? They would not give us that, not to say that nobody could ever do that, because we are here to experience ourselves, at a slow vibration, consciousness and everything. But hopefully you guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Let's go a little bit further into, this coming few days. And, you're just going to keep on doing your thing, keep on focusing, keep on kind of thinking about the long term, but also being present in the now. Every duality you can think about. It's like if you're trying to make a plan for your life, yes, do one thing, but also do the opposite of that, basically, so that you can see things from a different perspective and keep things moving. If you get stuck, that's why, because you're only seeing things from one perspective. So keep on going, and you'll be able to be open, unlike this person. You'll be able to open to the powers that want to try to hand you something, and you'll be able to just reach out. Like, look at even the tree wants to reach out. It's like, take it, motherfucker. Take it. Take your blessings. Like, your blessings are right here at your fingertips. Like, you're experiencing all of your blessings. You are supported right now. So just keep on, counting your blessings. Think about everything. Think about every second as if you chose it. That's a very powerful way to be, because in a way you did, and also in a way that'll help you create in the future. Because again, it's all about the intentions. Those crystal clear intentions. Okay, so we're wrapping up, end of the week. Okay. Don't focus too much on the outer, what it's going to look like, like when have your twin flame union, and when you have all of this, like, make sure you're doing it for the feeling, and you're doing it about the act. Like, make sure you're being true and authentic and balanced with yourself too, because sometimes we can get so excited. We know we love our twin flame, we know they're so connected to us, and we really enjoy spending time with them, so we get kind of a certain way, like, oh, it's overexcited, or we may, get down when they're away or something like that. Or we may like get wrapped up, in this mindset that's been perpetrated against us, like we have to, go into debt, buy the house, the wedding, the car, all the cars, the minivan, the kids, like all of this whole thing that people are now kind of starting to step back from and saying, wait, do I need to chain myself down to that sort of thing? Like, not so much as they're trying to make us think that we do, and how traditionally in the past, you know, kind of has been. If you're kind of all caught up in that, it's going to be a little bit more difficult for you to maybe do some of the inner work. And I'm telling you, for the twin flames, like, the inner work is what you're here to do. Okay. And it's not just even should be called like twin flame work, because it's just work. It's your work. It's your inner work. It's your inner child shadow work. Ix. It's like the id, but it's the ix. It's the work that you do to fix, you know, the ego, and to move on to the next level. And there's a lot of avenues that could have gotten you here, but really it's all kind of the main thing. It's kind of just like when you're enlightened and you have this control and this balance over yourself, like this to me is the most like secure, because she, I mean, got all the power. This is the judge, you know, this is the judge. All rise for the judge. You know what I mean? The scales, like the truth. This is not some mind, you know, thing that's been, the sword isn't, it's not a real sword. It's not just, oh, the mental aspects and the truth and this and that. It's like beyond that. This is like the truth under the truth under the truth. And she knows. She knows. Because she got there. And she's very like, she's very comfortable, she's very secure, but she's also very, in a way, like, even though she's so secure, like, she's very rooted, because her bare feet are out there and like just rooted into the ground, but very stable and very, like I said, just knowledgeable and secure. And it's beyond just wanting all of this, the car and the great job and everything for the looks, and let's put it up on social media. It's beyond that. Like, you can do that. You can show everybody what a great life you have together, but don't get caught up in the materialism of it, because it's not about the wedding. Okay. It's not about the Facebook status. It's not about all of this stuff that you think it is, that you want to try to attach meaning to. That's all an illusion. Okay. Because you are the one that's in control. Okay. You are the one, I mean, and your partner, because yeah, you guys are so connected, but like, it's so many layers. But we have to walk. Every person has to step through the portal, like in the doorway, like by themselves. Like, you can jump together, but you still have to make the choice to go, like, by yourself, and like have the balls to do it as well. Again, like, just have that confidence to jump and just like start this whole new life. Just jump through the portal. See that? You're like entering like new level upon new level upon new level, like level up. Brand new life. Bling. Okay. So, what is this? Okay, I have one last card. I'm like, I know I need to wrap it up. I have like no cards left, but one card left I just want to see about. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So, lots of twin flame energy here. Look at this. We've got twins here that are equally balanced, equally weighted, doing a dance in, like, coming back to each other. Like, one person might go away, and then the other might pull them back. And then one person might go away, and then the other will pull them back. This is an even flow. This card is about the give and the take of the relationship of the twin flame journey. This means you're getting to a point where, you know, you both know you care about each other, and it's about union. You know, it's like there's no distractions. You're not like getting off in a corner. Like, this is just back and forth and give and take. And it, you know, it may not be completely perfect. It may not be like quite exactly where you want it, but you know, you may go a little further, you know what I mean, than you want. Like, you may go without talking for a little bit longer than you would like right now, or like, but you come back, you're still coming back, and there's like a balance, there's like a pattern, you know. So just kind of sink into that, and then you really help yourself, because you know what to expect. it's like, why do you have this cycle that is beyond you? The thing about the twin flame is that everybody thinks it's like, oh, this, you're fighting, you're apart, you're like not soulmates, you're twin flames. Like, it's different, and that's because of this different worlds, these different levels, these two like opposites attract type of a thing, where, if everything was so, I don't want to say solid, but steady, and if everything was just going the same level in a straight line, then there would be no beauty, there would be no dance, like there would be nothing, there would be no passion, like, except for the bare, the most bare minimum, like shallow thing that you could think of, you know what I mean? So it's this friction. It's it's the friction that creates the spark of the twin flame, and that's why it's called a flame as opposed to just like pretty little soulmate, you know what I mean? Like, because you have to come over here, you have to explore, you have to get knocked off your ass, and you have to get your bubble bursted, you have to get your ego, death happening, then you have to keep on going, and then your partner pulls you back, like, because you are one, you're like using each other in a way, you like agreed on a higher level, a higher dimension to, before in a, I don't want to say a past life, but like the in between or something, like the 5D is what they're calling it. You chose this to come here to experience each other, to experience ourselves subjectively. Life is only a dream and the imagination of ourselves. Yeah. So all of that goodness, but it helps you to, again, not stay stagnant, because you have more movement and more momentum. So instead of just like one meeting another, that's why it's the twin flames. That's why it's the 1-1-1-1. 1-1-1-1, yeah, 1-1-1-1, because it's further. It almost is just like you're on a higher level of vibration, because you can experience more through the two of you rather than just the one at the same time, because it's like your souls are like one, connected. That's why, even though you try or you can't, people are like, oh, it's a toxic cycle. People from the outside may not really agree or think that this is a great thing, because the dance can get kind of like, woo, that passion, that flame of it all, like can burn you if you're not harnessed, if you're not, on that higher level, which I feel like we're not quite there yet. This was not a reading where it's like, I mean, yeah, like we're taking steps. We're having good results from the little work that we are doing. But, just like usual, it's like kind of just a, it's an intention thing. Like, just be knowing what you want and then actually going for it. And that means doing the work. That means turning away from some of these things that we're addicted to. Like, we spend a lot of time, whether we know it or not, whether we want to consciously admit it or not, being jealous, being, snarky, gossipy, this and that. Like, nobody wants to admit that they're, but when you do the shadow work too, this is like, it's a shadow thing. Well, I've got this good side, but I've got this bad side, but really, what is either? They're both actually the same thing when you look at it. It's all relative. So anyway, be confident, be accepting of the situation, powers in the now. Nurture yourselves so that you can nurture others. Nurture the inner child. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important to you right now. So get around some kids, pick up on them, take a cue from these kids who are not brainwashed as much as we are and not addicted to things like we are. They're still, we say innocent, but I don't like the innocent as in, positive to a negative. That automatically means that there's a guilty party, and that doesn't make sense. But, yeah, just being really nurturing and being really, keep that in mind to nurture yourselves right now, even after like, oh, a lot of stuff happened in July and June, and then it's like August is a little bit better for us, but we still need to keep digging deep, and we still need to keep on really being really gentle with ourselves, because even though like the hard part feels like it's over, Now is, again, it's kind of that downward pedal motion where we can really get some good momentum on the more positive energies of the day, and the not so heavy energies where it's like, not to put a negative or positive on it, because the heavy can help you grow in certain different ways. But yeah, just making sure to nurture yourself, because we are a little bit more sensitive. We are a little bit raw from these past events and energies of the summer. So you just be a little more gentle with yourself. Give yourself a little bit more love, and then you'll receive the peace that you want. And just remember that we get in this habitual, again, the circles and the mindsets where it's not linear, and we just sometimes we'll get caught up in a cycle. And a lot of times we go through our days and we're thinking 99% of the same thoughts. And if that's negative, then that's going to be life on earth hell for us, because we're thinking the same negative thoughts every single day. And what are we going to get from that? We have to take control and change our thinking, because it's just going to keep on coming around in the cycles. And, it's just going to keep on happening. We're going to think we've fixed it and go on and move on, and then it'll come right back and smack us again. So you really got to dig deep to get out of the cycle and get into another level. It's just dig, just keep on. You can't see, you just have to feel it out. And if you run into a roadblock, just keep on going another way. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm going to come at you guys with some good videos on inner child work, shadow work, and everything like that. Just get a little bit deeper and keep on going deeper with each other, because when we go deeper, we're actually going higher, because again, life is this great duality paradox thing. So yeah, do the inner child work, and yeah, hopefully soon I'll have an inner child playlist and everything going on this channel. Take care, you guys. Peace be with you. Much love and many blessings. I love you, and thanks for joining me. Talk to you soon.